From WENY News, this is Burst Warning Weather.
Welcome back. We're looking out the Crystal City, getting ready for the Wine Glass Marathon. Market Street closed down in anticipation of the race tomorrow, beginning at 7:45. And temperatures getting up into the 80s tomorrow by around the early afternoon. So going to be a warm one here, pretty similar to what we had last year in terms of a warm October. The trends, at least right now, pointing towards a warm start to the month. Temperatures right now remaining in the 50s and 60s. Pretty warm up in Watkins Glen, sitting at 68, but nearby Aaron's at 62, Ithaca at 60, 61 for Tioga and Mansfield, 55 over towards Canastillo. Same goes in Elmira. A little bit cooler in Towanda this evening, sitting at about 54. Not a cloud in the sky in our region, and it's going to be staying like that at least in towards parts of tomorrow morning and the afternoon. Clear skies aplenty as we continue on. More of this expected here for not just tomorrow but into Monday. As the hours tick by on Sunday, we'll get up into the 60s pretty quickly. 70s by around noon. So when we get into that early afternoon, that we're going to see those temperatures burst through and get into the 80s. Across the next few days, pretty similar, at least from Sunday to Monday. But on Tuesday is when we're going to have this cold front come in. That's going to bring us both some rain and a more fall-like chill. High is 75 on Tuesday. Once that front hits and the cold air comes in, highs moving forward after Tuesday, going to be down into the 60s. For those running in the Wine Glass Marathon and folks heading out to watch, it's going to be a bit chilly to start, 49 at about 8 o'clock, but pretty quickly getting up into the upper 60s by around 11, into the 70s between the hours of 11 and 12. And again, we are very much likely to get to the 80-degree mark around 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now, the reason it's been so warm the last couple of days is the dew points have really been down in towards the 50s. The dry air has been allowing it to get so warm. The dry air just warms up and cools down much more quick than, say, moist air. It does a lot better job at regulating that temperature, and with how dry it's been across the region, no surprise that it's been getting so warm in the afternoons and so cold sometimes in the evenings. But looking ahead here and towards Sunday and Monday, you're going to see a little bit more activity, at least on the satellite and radar, but not until around Monday. We'll finally get some clouds to roll through, but that's not when we're going to be seeing rain. We won't be seeing rain until mainly around Tuesday. Here's that front. It's coming in from the west. It's going to bring us some showers by around Tuesday afternoon, sticking around into Wednesday morning, moving out in Wednesday afternoon. But right behind it, once again, is high pressure. So we can expect to see, once again, a very much calm period right after we get some rain. And speaking of how much, looking around 6 to 7/10 of an inch of rain as of right now. We'll see if that holds true in just a couple of days. 5-degree guarantee, forecast a high of 81. The official high from the Elmira Corning Regional Airport ends up being an 80, so it's another $5 for our charity of the month in the Arctic League. Tonight we're heading down to 51 for low temperature. Skies remaining clear, mild, and it is above average for this time of year. Normally we sit in the lower 40s for our low temperatures. 80s for Sunday and Monday. Rain comes around Tuesday and Wednesday. We finally see some much cooler low temperatures Wednesday and Thursday. Down to the 30s, that's frost territory. We'll stay around for the 60s for our high temperatures from Wednesday onward.